Hey guys, Bradley here. So I just found out that my headset I have with my computer that does work for videos, and I'm already currently working on a top 5 or top 7, so that's a plus. As of like survival videos, like actual demonstrations, that'll have to wait. However, I can make vlogs and survival vlogs, which is one of the reasons why I'm making this video. One is an update. 2 is going to be like an update / survival vlog. So what I'm going to talk about today is survival caches. What is a survival cache? It's a group of supplies that you have stored somewhere in a container, in case your bug out bag or your bug out location for some reason gets compromised or something like that. So say for instance that you're out doing whatever, fishing, hunting, looting or whatever, and you come back and your survival or your bug out spot or bug out location, whatever you want to call it, is compromised. There's already people there, or there's people like around the area, or say you're even in your bug out area, and there's a group that comes up to it and need to bug out. Well, if you just leave it, all your supplies and your gear is going to be gone, obviously, because the group's probably going to take it. So what you do is you bury and or hide survival caches. And what that allows you to do is that allows you to store survival gear, so if something like that does happen and your bug out location gets taken over, or if for some reason gets compromised, flooded, whatever, you have survival gear somewhere else. So like I said, say your bug out location gets raided or something, and they have all your weapons and food and stuff. Well, you can go to where you buried this survival cache, open it up, and should be some survival gear in it that you planted there, unless they found it because you didn't hide it good enough. So what goes in survival cache? It's ultimately up to you. I would recommend some like medical supplies, not like a whole kit, just like some over-the-counter medications, some antiseptic wipes, bandages, stuff like that. Food, probably enough for 3 days. Same for water. Water's kind of tricky though, because if it's humid or something like that, you're gonna need more than the average 3-day amount. And the average is 1 gallon per 3 days per person. If it's out of humid, I would say probably 2.5. So that just depends on the weather. I would also say a dry pair of clothes, because if it's rainy and you're all wet, so a situation it could be hypothermia, but now you have a dry pair of clothes to get into, some sort of water purification tablets, waterproof matches, because it's easier to build a fire with matches and a lighter than it is with a stick, which is doable, but you'd rather have the gear. So some weapons, possibly knives, guns, ammo. The thing about guns is you have to realize that they're expensive, so you're gonna want to store them, and hopefully they don't rust if you don't store them properly, because they will. So you gotta make sure you store them properly. Same for ammo. What else? Like a flashlight, EDC flashlight, spare batteries, a crank radio or crank battery would work as well. Some of your basic survival gear, sleeping bag, stuff like that. Now, the more you have, the better. And there's pros and cons. So the more you have, that means you can separate it. So you can have like all your medical supplies in one cache, all your food in another cache. This way you can just go from one to one to one to one to get everything. The downfall is you have to buy more supplies, buy the right containers, sell them all in like waterproof containers and bags and plastic, and then buy the extra ammo and stuff like that. You also have to remember where you buried them. So if you have 10 caches and you can only find 8, well, that's on you. The other 2 might be crucial. Could be your food and water. So there's benefits to having more, but there's also like cons to having more. So it's just up to you. I recommend more, not like 10, but at least 5. Separate them into like food and water and the medical whatever, and then weapons and whatever else you need. But yeah, so what do you store them in? Could be anything. Could be like a Pelican box. Could be a waterproof container of any kind. Just make sure if it's not a waterproof container that you have waterproof bags or plastic or something to put them in. Waterproof and windproof matches is also a good thing to have in there. Some fishing line that you can tie onto like a stick or something to fish with. Believe it or not, it works. Just stuff like that. I wouldn't worry about storing money, because if it's bad enough to where you have to bug out into your bug out location, money's probably not going to be useful. In fact, it's probably more useful as kindling for fire, to help start a fire, than it is to people. However, something to consider is storing some other unique items. And what I mean by that is storing some items that most people want to usually store, like whether you partake in them or not: cigarettes, alcohol, porn, ammo, weed if you can find it. And I'm not saying to buy pot, but it's going to be more of a bartering items than money is at this point. People's going to want cigarettes, they're going to want their booze, they're going to want their porn, they're going to want their ammo. So if you find yourself low on food, or you can't find your survival cash, and you have cigarettes or something and you don't smoke, and you find somebody and they need cigarettes or they want cigarettes, trade for some food. And you make some friends, and in that situation, friends is awesome as long as they're trustworthy. So just a little food for thought there. Same for medicine. If you stockpile medicine, like Aleve, antiseptic, stuff like that, you can barter that as well. Just be wary of giving too much, because if you get hurt and don't have any, well, you're kind of screwed at that point. So you might want to take that into consideration as well. As to where to hide it, that's also up to you. I don't recommend too far away, but I don't recommend too close as well, because if you're too close and you have to run because you get overrun or something, or a group found your bug out location, they're gonna watch you go there, obviously, and see you and either follow you or kill you or do whatever. So you want it far enough away to where they can't see you, but to where you can either still hear them or keep an eye on them or something, because if they follow you there, then there's no use in even pulling that out, because if they capture you or kill you, then all that supplies is theirs. So just be aware of that too. So keep that in mind when you're burying these things, and make sure that they're far enough away that no one's going to see you go there. Safe and secure, pretty much. We also have to take into account the elements when burying these things, because if it's wet, and like I said, you don't have a waterproof container, everything in there is going to get wet. Some of your dry clothes, your food, your weapons are all wet. So just be mindful of that. And that's pretty much it for this video. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, share, and yeah, catch you next video. Thanks. Bye.